think the flock cameras around Lee County are watching your every move.
When you leave your home, if you're not doing anything wrong, then why are you upset?
But the sheriff says the cameras help keep our streets safe.
I'm telling you, from a law enforcement perspective, it helps us.
The cameras capture license plates and relay that information back to law enforcement.
We began investigating these controversial cameras nearly a year ago. Tonight, covering the Gulf Coast in Lee County, Mohammed Abdul-Qawi is sitting down with the Lee County Sheriff for the first time, discussing what the agency is doing with your information.
For months, we have been covering the concerns about flock cameras across the Gulf Coast. Many of you reached out with questions, and we worked to get you answers. And for the first time, the Lee County Sheriff's Office agreed to talk to us about the cameras.
We don't own them, we don't maintain them, but we have access if need be.
Lee County Sheriff Carmine Marcino says his office uses flock cameras or automated license plate readers for investigations. He's heard the concerns some people have about them.
So privacy concerns, people don't want to be on camera, right? Oh, it's Big Brother, but I'm telling you, from a law enforcement perspective, it helps us. When you leave your home, if you're not doing anything wrong, then why are you upset?
The sheriff calls flock another investigative tool, no different than other technology they use to solve crimes.
People were upset with them when we first said we had LPRs. But LPRs have solved major crimes in this county.
He had long black pants.
This is from a few months ago, as deputies tried to track down 3 Cape Coral teens. Deputies say they stole a car, broke into a business in North Fort Myers, and took off after FHP tried to stop them. 2 of them were found by a K-9 after LCSO's Real-Time Intelligence Center found the stolen car using LPR.
You're right, K-9.
Last year, deputies say Lucas Carlton killed his own mother in Lehigh Acres. License plate readers tracked his vehicle across the state, and he was arrested in Pasco County. Still, some civil rights groups are warning about the cameras.
Not every law enforcement agency in the nation is going to have the same principles, standards.
Chad Marlowe is with the ACLU. The nonprofit has tracked several cases of abuse or misuse with the cameras from Kansas to Colorado. We asked Marcino about those concerns.
So other people outside of the state, we've seen other people get in trouble for that. In Lee County, Florida, at the Lee County Sheriff's Office, we have accountability. And we have layers in place to ensure that it's being properly used.
This flock camera captures vehicles' license plates as they're passing by, but for many of you, it's not what this camera sees, it's how they're using this information.
The data is owned 100% by the customers.
Paris LaBelle is a spokesperson for Flock. He says the data from the camera is stored for 30 days and can be held longer for investigations. In Lee County, that customer is in the sheriff's office. They say these cameras are owned and operated by other law enforcement agencies, private communities, or commercial businesses.
Only authorized users can access Flock data, and then if an agency does choose to share their data, they can only do that based on the sharing decisions made by the actual agency themselves.
As for agencies misusing Flock,
a new piece of technology within our platform called Audit Assistance that automatically flags any suspicious searches or anything that's out of the ordinary to command staff so they can conduct an investigation.
Do you feel like there's misinterpretation about how the law enforcement uses it?
And you got to look at the facts and circumstances. You got to be educated on what they do or how they do it, and understand that law enforcement in Lee County is only going to use it if there's an investigation for a legitimate purpose.
Whether you support Flock cameras or oppose them, one thing is for sure is that the debate isn't going away. We'll continue asking questions about how this technology is being used here on the Gulf Coast. Covering the Gulf Coast in Lee County, I'm Mohammed Abdul-Qawi, Gulf Coast News.
Mohammed, thank you. Now, Charlotte County Sheriff's Office sent us a statement about using camera systems as a crime-fighting tool. Take a look at this statement. In part, Sheriff Prummel says our agency does use cameras such as license plate readers and some artificial intelligence-capable systems in their efforts. Now, these systems are used only for law enforcement purposes, and the usage of them is extremely limited and tracked internally. We put this entire statement on the Gulf Coast News app. Now, coming up here on Gulf Coast News at 6, we spoke with a company that is working to watch the watchers as we investigate their mission and what you can do to try to avoid these controversial cameras.